Been trying to get into Wonder Woman's DMs for time. I have to chat to Batman to see how he gets the girl there. I'm on the stuff my feeling. Hello, Superman. What? Granny Doris lost her false teeth. I'll be on my way. I'll see y'all later. So, it's time to save the world. Wonder Woman, I hope you're watching me, yeah? So, and I'm up. Today's location, Coventry. Where we at? The delicious Greek Gyros. Does it taste nice? Let's find out. All I want to know is, does it taste nice? Greek Gyros. It was a splendid experience. Man's just landed in from Olympus and them places there. Mad thing. Let's talk about menu choices and value for money. When we look at Greek Gyros' menu, look, it's straightforward. I mean, I like the color coordination with the blues, the light blues and the whites. Obviously, it fits in with the branding. Obviously, I really like the fact that they've put a little creativity into their thing. The little temple from Athens, for the pillars, they've replaced them with forks. I really like that kind of originality in their thing. And yeah, when we talk about the menu choices themselves, I mean, you got the meze in the mains, you got the scapasti, you got the souvlaki, something, you know what I'm trying to say there. You got the gyros then, you got the Greek pizzas. And yeah, the menu isn't expansive, but what it does have is the kind of generic thing you'd expect in the Greek cuisine. One thing I would say though is I think it would have been useful if they had pictures here and there just to describe what particular items are, because obviously I've never had Greek thing before. I had to ask Bossman to use the Rosetta Stone to translate what these things actually mean. But other than that, the menu choices hit the nail on the head, and yeah, I've got no complaints really. So we ordered the mini meze, which is an array of pita breads with their special sauces and a bit of salad. That was £5.50. And then we ordered the chicken scapasti, that was £12.95. Then we ordered the mixed meat gyros, that was £6. And all in all, we're looking at £24.45. So when we talk about value for money now, look, Greek gyros, your thing is serious. You're showing a good level of value for money here. When we talk about the gyros, the mixed meat gyros that I had, that came out with a henchness, my brother. It was a baby boomer. He had a growth spurt. He was drinking the Maxi Pro, the protein drink, getting wedged on the landing, my brother. Yeah? Because obviously the gyros came out with a good weight. Obviously when we talk about the Skapersky now, Kaspersky? What, internet security? Nah, Skapalaski, the chicken Skapasti.
Perfect.
Obviously that maintained a more rectangular, more circular motion. That was a good, decent value for money there. Although I would say the prices on that were kind of high, because the gyros was only £6, but the Kaspersky, the internet security, that was £12.95. So there was a bit of a disparity between the prices there. Obviously, when we talk about the meze, which I think is more of a starter rather than a main, but obviously I eat everything together because I'm a bolo brother, yeah? When I analyze it with the tape measure, that maintained a good length as well. That maintained a good depth. So overall, the value for money is decent. So menu choices and value for money, I'm giving you guys a respectable 8.75 out of 10. The gyros, one of them's filling up, man, for a couple hours, and the price is relatively good, £6. Obviously the Skapersky now, you could perhaps drop that by about £1 or £2, but overall, you get what you pay for, and what I paid for is a good amount of food. So the menu choice and value for money, 8.75 out of 10. It's decent. Before we eat, let's pray. In the book of Greek mythology, Apollo and Zeus asked Francis one simple question. Does it taste nice? Francis said, let's hit the belly and find out. Talking said, it's dinner time. So first bite and overall taste. This was an adventure roller coaster for the taste buds and the stomach acids, because it was a mad thing. Let's talk about the meze first. When we talk about the actual taste in the meze, obviously you had a hummus one there, you had a pink sweet kind of sauce there, you had another one there, and you had another one there. I don't know the names, please forgive me. Yeah? When we talk about the first bite, picking it up with the fresh lettuce and the fresh tomatoes and the fresh sauces they put on there with the saltiness of the pita bread that's on there, it really works well.
Oh, that's nice, wow.
The pink kind of chicken sauce, which is what they called it, it had a unique kind of taste. You're greeted with a kind of sugary taste, a sweet taste, and it ends with a sweet taste. I don't know why I'm doing that for, but anyway. This pink sauce is mad. So yeah, the contrast in the flavors were quite different, quite unique. I don't think I've experienced anything like that before. I really think everything complements each other very well indeed. It's not too filling. I could have ate that on my own and then probably ate another one before going to the main. And it's not too light where you're feeling like, raw, I need to empty the fridge. So it's maintaining balance. One thing I would say, the pita bread that they've used for the meze was kind of tough. If the canines weren't working correctly, it might be a little mazza. I might have to dip them in water before the absorption thing. So yeah, the pita bread was a bit tough. But other than that, overall the starter, the meze was very good. So let's move on to the chicken scapasti, because this was a madness, a visual, sensual, exotic movement of the highest Martin Luther King order. It was a mad thing.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
When I took up the first quadrant now, because they cut it in quadrants, you get me? When I took up the first one and I took the first bite, to be honest, I think it was kind of lacking taste. Obviously, you get the textures and the sensations from the meat itself, but I don't really think the meat was kind of seasoned as good as it could have been. So the flavors there were a bit bland. I think they mixed that as well with the chicken sauce, I think. And obviously that chicken sauce gave it another little mild sweet texture and flavor before you're greeted with the kind of rusty kind of taste from the meats themselves. So as a whole, I think the scapasti could have been a bit more flavorsome. It's easy eating, really. I mean, it's not like it's an overwhelming kind of conundrum of flavors, but I think the flavors could have been a bit more overwhelming, if that makes sense. But let's go on to the main attraction, the gyros, because the gyros landed in the bank and I ain't got it back yet. I'm a broke man right now. That contained chips, that contained the mixed meat, that contained their white kind of sauce, the Greek thing, and that was off the charts. When we talk about the breadage used or not, the bread was soft, light, fluffy, not too stodgy, complements the internal organs of the gyros. When we talk about the meats, as with all the other dishes, the meats were cooked to perfection, but for some reason the meats felt more flavoursome in the gyros than they did in the scapasti. So I don't know what I want. It's like they're showing more love to the brother more than the sister, but we're all one, innit? Yeah? Equal rights and justice. So when we talk about the first bite, you're greeted with the kind of lovely, salty kind of taste from the pita bread, and then you get the smoothness from the cream that they've put in there, the sauce, the white sauce. I think that one there has got the cucumber bits in there, and then bam, some flavors from the meat itself. They've seasoned that meat there very nicely. You get that kind of origami kind of sprinkle of the herbs that they put in there, because I know they use a lot of origami. I hope oregano. Them herbs and spices that they use in their thing, that added another dimension. And obviously the chips that they've got in there as well, that's a different unique twist that I haven't seen anyone really implement before. Because when we talk about the chips, Boss Lady showed me that the chips are cooked from scratch. This ain't no Aunt Bessie's from Tesco's, buy one get one free, none of that. They got the potato soaking in the water to add to the hydration and overall texture and taste overnight in the potatoes, and the next day they're cutting them up and dashing them in the fryer. I mean, obviously with the chips, I would say if they left them in a bit longer to maintain that outer crunch, the chips would have been nicer. But when we talk about the chips were amazing. They don't have that typical saturation kind of taste. They maintain their fluffiness without losing taste overall. And yeah, they were very good.
Very nice.
So the gyros itself was 10/10. And yeah, wow, it was a very nice experience. So first bite and overall taste, I'm giving you guys 8 out of 10. Because look, the gyros was the standout performer, like the nerdy kid in the class getting A stars all over the board. And obviously the scapasti was a close runner-up, like Arsenal 20 years ago. But yeah, overall, first bite and overall taste, 8 out of 10. The food was really nice, really nice. So cleanliness and customer service. This is another area where Greek gyros have really excelled. So let's talk about customer service first, because the main bossman who I dealt with, it seems like he's perfected the art of balance on the balancing board, because he maintained his level of professionalism, but he still managed to drop in a joke here and there. They get me, like Martin Lawrence and them man there, little stand-up comedian and that. Yeah, I don't know if he studied that thing at Oxford University, that kind of skill set there, but yeah, his thing's up. When we talk about the cleanliness, there was a little molecule here and there, a few little spectacles and that, but overall it's a clean establishment. It's comfortable enough for me to sit down and kick back and eat in peace without thinking about the cockroaches coming to mash me up on a little GBH charge, 5 years due to and that. So cleanliness and customer service, I'm giving you guys 8 out of 10, because look, it's a clean place. and the customer service is there, and obviously Bossman who I dealt with kept his thing professional, so I've got no complaints. So let's look at the overall scores, because I think Greek Gyros have hit a madman thing. Let's look at the scores, yeah? So boom, out of a possible 30 marks, Greek Gyros have scored 24.75 out of 30. Now look, you're staying in the Premiership for many years to come. Your position is solidified. You ain't going up and down the leagues like Norwich every 2 years, you get me? Your thing is secure. So I know what you're asking me. You're asking, does it taste nice? And my answer is, yes it does, because look, Greek Gyros are bringing that Greek originality from the mainland to the island. Because look, they're bringing the original flavors. I like the fact that everything they're trying to do incorporates a fresh element to it, such as making the chips from scratch, such as the homemade chicken sauce that they've made from scratch. It's a homely atmosphere. You can bring your girl there, you can bring the man them there, and yeah, it's a clean atmosphere, the etiquette is there, the professionalism is there, and I encourage you to go try them out, yeah? Coventry, yeah? Mad thing. Greek Gyros, you did good. So,